Good afternoon, class. Um, MUSE 7222 Research Applications and Music Education. Discussion post number 9, the perfect discussion section, presented by David R. Armstrong, October 31st, 2021. The journal is the International Journal of Research in Choral Singing, the scientific research journal of the American Choral Directors Association. Article title Knowledge Practices Changing Perceptions and Pedagogies in Choral Music Education. And the citation is there. The purpose of the study. Purpose of this case study was to analyze the outcomes of a newly designed graduate course for choral conducting students as they engaged in singing traditions from marginalized and lesser known music cultures. The research focused on inequities in music education based on race, ethnicity, and music cultures that have resulted in asymmetric power relationships between choral directors and students. The major findings. Analysis of the data revealed two overarching themes. Consequences of cultural elitism, including sub-themes of perfectionism, matters of authentic performance practice related to participants' fears of not meeting perceived standards. A reflective praxis emerged as participants navigated new material both physically, psychologically, and pedagogically. The themes related to choral directors' beliefs about repertoire and music cultures before and after their experiences in the course, and what an understanding of knowledge building may offer for improved pedagogy. Finding meanings. Consequences of cultural elitism and affliction of musical and cultural elitism impacted the emotional well being of several of the participants who were more sensitive, and it interfered with taking risk with the new repertoire, techniques, rehearsal content, and difficult conversations regarding sociocultural content. Several mentioned a sense of needing to fit a certain mold as a choral director. Perfectionism. Choral music educators often reference a fear of making mistakes or of causing offense as main barriers to try new techniques, sounds, repertoire, and growing their personal understandings of the socio-cultural context of the music cultures their groups performed. Implications in light of these impractical applications. In light of these findings, it is implied that sociocultural pedagogical educators want to be, or students that are wanted to be, first of all, sociocultural pedagogical. This means that these people are their pedagogy or how they teach or how students learn is based off of learning from another person or from a person. Not to insult your intelligence when you're watching this, but that's what it means. So um there are future educators who want to be perfectly inclusive with other music, with as it pertains to other music, the teaching practices, repertoire selection techniques, rehearsal content, which I stated in the previous slide, difficult conversations regarding social culture content. Now, the application will be from a the- from my standpoint, is it is easy to do to include other cultures. It is important when studying to become an educator that future teachers be placed in environments that contain a plethora of styles, cultures, and situations. Preparation is key in being a successful educator. Grooming educators to be inclusive only to social and cultural learning styles provides for future failure for an ever-changing career. And what do I mean by that? Um, we as educators, I've been teaching for 14 years now, and every year it is something different. Here is the journal article. Every year is something different. Every year is something different. And the limitations of this study is that you have to put the teachers within an environment that is thriving on what you're trying to do, or the students. I teach at a predominantly Hispanic school, but there are African Americans there are Chinese there are Caucasians there, but it is a predominantly Hispanic school in this part, in the part of the city of Memphis. So um the what I've learned is that people of color, because they go through things, and certain people in certain areas go through some of the same things. So as I teach them the same way I would teach, would have taught, African Americans. I teach them all the same way. I'm a tough teacher. I'm a encouraging teacher. I push them out of their comfort zone, and you would think that they would retract back, but no, they come back for more, which says to me that um, the environment, the culture, the way they're raised is not too different from each other. I think so much so that the economics is what differs from community to community, because certain communities you can't, with those kids, you can't really be tough on them, but in I would say lower income communities, those kids understand what it means to work hard because they see their parents working hard. So you have to put teachers within that. That's the limit. Those are the limitations to this. Let me scroll up. Those are the limitations to with this study. Um, and here is the article if you guys needed to see this. And yeah, in conclusion, of this article. This is a great article to help, but there are many limitations with this study on the basis of being just sociocultural and it only being your pedagogy. You have to, that's a limitation within itself. Um, yeah. So thank you. I hope that you all got some type of understanding. I tried to keep it under 5 minutes. I think I've gone over. All right. You guys, if you have any questions, I'll see you in the comments. Have a great day or evening or night.